Would that be too much for one who never speaks except to boast? But now words fail me. Ajax turns and flees. I witnessed it, and was ashamed to see you turn disgraced, preparing sails for flight. With exclamations and without delay I said, "What are you doing? Oh, my friends, has madness seized you that you will quit Troy, which is as good as taken? What can you bear home after 10 years but your disgrace?" With these commanding words, which grief itself gave eloquence, I brought resisting Greeks back from their purposed flight. Atrides called together his allies, all terror struck. Even then Ajax, the son of Telamon, dared not vouchsafe one word, but impudent Thersites hurled vile words against the kings, and thanks to me he did not miss reproof. I rose and spoke to my disheartened friends, reviving their lost courage with my words from that time forth. Whatever deeds this man, my rival, may have done, belonged to me. 'Twas I who stayed his flight and brought him back. Which of the noble Greeks has given you praise or sought your company? Yet Diomed has shared his deeds with me, and praises me, and, while Ulysses is with him, is brave and confident. 'Tis worthy of regard when out of many thousands of the Greeks a man becomes the choice of Diomed. It was not lot that ordered me to go, and yet, despising dangers of the night, despising dangers of the enemy, I slew one Dolon of the Phrygian race, who dared to do the very things we dared, but not before I had prevailed on him to tell me everything, by which I learned perfidious actions which Troy had designed. Of such things now I had discovered all that should be found out, and I might have then returned to enjoy the praise I had deserved. But not content with that, I sought the tent of Rhesus, and within his camp I slew him and his proved attendants. Having thus gained as a conqueror my own desires, I drove back in a captured chariot, a joyous triumph. Well, deny me then the arms of him whose steeds the enemy demanded as the price of one night's aid. Ajax himself has been more generous. Why should I name Sarpedon's Lycian troops, among whom I made havoc with my sword? I left Coaranos dead and streaming blood. With the sword I killed Alastor, Chromius, Alcander, Prytanis, Helius, Noemon, Thoon, and Charo, with Chersidamus and Enomus, all driven by cruel fate, not reckoning humbler men whom I laid low, battling beneath the shadows of the city walls. And, fellow citizens, I have my wounds, honorable, in the front. Do not believe my word alone, look for yourselves and see. Then with one hand he drew his robe aside. Here is a breast, he cried, that bled for you. But Ajax never shed a drop of blood to aid his friends in all these many years, and has a body free of any wound. What does it prove if he declares that he fought for our ships against both Troy and Jove? I grant he did, for it is not my wont with malice to belittle another's deeds. But let him not claim for himself alone an honor in which all may have a share. Let him concede some credit due to you. Disguised within the fear-inspiring arms of great Achilles, Hector's son drove back the host of Trojans from our threatened fleet, or ships, and Ajax would have burned together. Unmindful of the king, the chiefs, and me, he dreams that he alone dared to engage in a single fight with Hector. He, the ninth to volunteer, and chosen just by lot. But yet, O brave chief, what availed the fight? Hector returned, not injured by a wound. Ah, bitter fate! With how much grief I am compelled to recollect the time when brave Achilles, bulwark of the Greeks, was slain. Nor tears, nor grief, nor fear could hinder me. I carried his dead body from the ground, uplifted on these shoulders, I repeat, upon these shoulders. From that ground I bore off dead Achilles, and those arms which now I want to bear away again. I have the strength to walk beneath their weight. I have a mind to understand their worth. Did the hero's mother, goddess of the sea, win for her son these arms, made by a god, a work of wondrous art, to have them clothe a rude soldier, which has no mind at all? He never could be made to understand the rich engravings pictured on the shield, the ocean, earth, and stars in lofty skies, the Pleiades and Hyades, the bear, which touches not the ocean, far beyond the varied planets, and the fire-bright sword of high Orion. He demands a prize, which, if he had it, would be lost on him. What of his taunting me, because I shrank from hardships of this war, and I was slow to join the expedition? Does he not see that he reviles the great Achilles too? Was my pretense a crime? Then so was his. Was our delay a fault? Mine was the less, for I came sooner. Me, a loving wife detained from war, a loving mother him. Some hours we gave to them, the rest to you. Why should I be alarmed, if now I am unable to defend myself against this accusation, which is just the same as you have brought against so great a man? Yet he was found by the dexterity of me, Ulysses, and Ulysses was not found by the dexterity of Ajax. It is no wonder that he pours on me reproaches of his silly tongue, because he charges you with what is worthy shame. Am I depraved because this Palamedes has improperly been charged with crime by me? Then was it honorable for all of you if you condemned him? Only think that he, the son of Napleus, made no defense against the crime, so great, so manifest. Nor did you only hear the charges brought against him, but you saw the proof yourself, and in the gold his villainy was shown. Nor am I to be blamed if Vulcan's Isle of Lemnos has become the residence of Philoctetes. Greeks, defend yourselves, for you agreed to it. Yes, I admit I urged him to withdraw from toils of war and those of travel, and attempt by rest to ease his cruel pain. He took my advice and lives. The advice was not alone well meant, that would have been enough, but it was wise, because our prophets have declared he must lead us if we may still maintain our hope for Troy's destruction. Therefore you must not entrust that work to me. Much better send the son of Telamon. His eloquence will overcome the hero's rage, most fierce from his disease and anger, or else his invention of some wile will skillfully deliver